Hi, this is Maggie. I wanted, sorry about my voice, it's totally gone. I've been sick, but anyway, I don't know if it'll ever come back. So I wanted to talk about Pluto transiting. Well, you can tell I've got Sun conjunct Mercury because my mind jumps all over the place. First of all, Mercury, Mercury will be finally leaving Gemini and entering Cancer, water sign of Cancer, on May 15th. So it's been in Gemini for 6 whole months. So hopefully you've been utilizing that Martian initiative, drive, and energy in communication and getting things done. When it goes into Cancer on May 15th, it's going to have a whole different sort of homey family feeling, Cancerian water, emotional feeling. So anyway, the big event is there's a lot of big events in 2023. So I think in order not to make this so long, I'm just going to break them down into, I'll do a separate one on Neptune changing signs into Pisces. That's a big, big deal. And so is Pluto changing signs going into Aquarius. It's been in Capricorn. So Pluto generally spends about 20 years in each sign. So I'm going to share my screen and we'll look at the chart. Here we go. Oops, sorry. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, this is the ingress of Pluto right here, 0 degrees. It's been in Capricorn. We've seen all the damage it's done in Capricorn, all the I don't want to talk about Capricorn anymore. We've all lived it since 2008. So it's a huge, huge, huge deal. Yeah, so Pluto is going to retrograde back and forth into into Capricorn and back to Aquarius. So this will be our first taste of it. Moves into Aquarius March 23rd through June 11th, and then we'll retrograde back into Capricorn. And we'll continue doing that during the year because it's such a slow moving planet. I mean, very, very slow. It just moves barely a few degrees. So, but we'll really get a feel of what it's going to be like. And Pluto in Aquarius is going to be major, major societal change, humanitarian change, Doctors Without Borders, social revolution, scientific discovery, inventiveness, bots, AI. It's going to be on a whole different level. There's a certain detachment with Aquarius, they're unique and they like to be individual, and it's all about the group and society as a whole, not the individual so much. With Pluto, it's going to come and it's going to shake things up. How, we've got like 20 years to see, but we'll get a clue the first 6 months, I believe it is. So yeah, science, technology, society, friendships, it may break up some of your friendships or some of the groups you're in. You may totally renounce them and form different groups. I could just speculate so many different things, but it's really unpredictable. I mean, it's not like Uranus, totally unpredictable. So it just colors it Aquarius, and where Pluto is, it's destruction. If it, corruption, it'll destroy corruption like it did in Capricorn. I mean, everything came tumbling down. The economy just. But I'm thinking germs. I'm thinking germs and COVID, and with Pluto and Aquarius, I frequently have said, sometimes said they're germaphobes. Not all of them, of course, but um, it's definitely going to change our society. It could, overturn our monetary, how we exchange. There will be a lot of displaced people and cultures. We may find different ways to communicate. Maybe we'll use mental telepathy by then, within the next 20 years. Definitely AI. Um, but you could also use Pluto for healing, transformation, therapy. Maybe you want to be a therapist or some kind of a healer. Excellent for that. Astrology, Pluto wants to go deep. It wants to go to a deeper level. Pluto rules Scorpio. So think Scorpio. Think Scorpio. It's transformative healing. And Pluto can also sometimes bring death, destruction, and decay. So anything that isn't working or needs to be changed, uh, Pluto can just wipe them out. I mean, like society, it may just go, I don't know, communist or fascist, or I'm just throwing stuff out there off the top of my head, but we don't know. Um, Revolution is what I'm trying to say, because rebel, that's Aquarius. Rebel. I mean, they um, they like freedom at any cost. They're ruled by Uranus and Saturn, so yeah, there's going to be major changes in our society and science, technology, uh, yeah, and maybe disease. I'll talk more about that. I'm going to do a separate one on Neptune. Neptune is changing signs as well. It's going into Pisces. So, depending what house you have it in, regardless of what house it's in, for me, it's going to be in my 12th house in Pisces house. But I'm already talking about, I can't help it. But Pluto, I mean, let me just do it now. What the heck? In case I lose my voice again. Um, well, it's better to look at the chart. So Saturn, I'm sorry, did I say Pluto? Saturn leaves Aquarius and moves into Pisces on March 7th. So March is a huge month for 2023. We've got Mars changing signs into Cancer. We've got Pluto changing signs from Aquarius into Aquarius from Capricorn. So from Earth to air, from air, Mercury, Mars, from air to water, and Neptune, Neptune, Neptune. Neptune's been in Pisces. Neptune's been in Pisces. Let me look at this thing. Yeah, Saturn meets Aquarius and moves it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I keep thinking Neptune Pisces because it will be going into Pisces. But basically what I'm talking about is the Great Conjunction. I mean, Neptune begins a conjunction. Saturn begins a conjunction with Neptune. So Saturn will leave Aquarius into Pisces on March 7th, and it begins a conjunction with Neptune. So Neptune has already been in conjunction with Jupiter in Pisces. So that's water everywhere. That's the plague, the COVID. It's just a whole lot of things. It's isolation, being in your own little, you can call it prison, but yeah, being in your own world, and it really is isolation. But the conjunction with Jupiter, and we're seeing major changes in the weather. We're seeing flooding, hurricanes, all kinds of storms. So Saturn moving into Pisces. See, Saturn constricts. Saturn is caution, it's putting the brakes on, it's reserve, it's the ruler of Aquarius and Capricorn. So Saturn has been in Capricorn along with Pluto, causing a lot of havoc. Yeah, so moving into Aquarius, it's going to lighten things up because it's in a different sign. It's not in the heavy earth element, it's in lighter air, but it's still Saturn. So whatever isn't working, it's like the planet of karma. Whatever's working, you'll be rewarded, and whatever is not working will be taken away somehow. So the conjunction, I keep looking at my notes, begins on March 7th and begins the Saturn conjunct Neptune in Pisces. And Jupiter, so Jupiter is already in Pisces. So, and if you have any planets in Pisces, like I do, I've got Venus in Pisces. So, and my North Node is in the 12th house, but it's actually in Aquarius. But yeah, if you already have a loaded 12th house or anything in the 12th house, or even nothing in the 12th house, because both rulers of Neptunian waters, both rulers of Pisces, Jupiter and Neptune, are conjunct in water sign Pisces, and along comes Saturn. So Saturn kind of puts the brakes on. It could also bring more restriction, but all that water concerns me. It concerns me, certainly with the weather, but I'm thinking also viruses. There could be, though, new vaccines that come out, or definitely new medicines. There's going to be a whole new wave of music, creativity, art. Art will be maybe virtual or like in holograms, or who knows, who knows, because Aquarius is so unpredictable and Neptune is so illusory. Pisces is so illusory. Fashion will totally change, um, yeah, so I was going to say Jupiter kind of says go, expand, grow, make everything bigger, larger, save the world. And then Saturn is like caution, reserve, let's maybe not move so fast. And it also wants to build structure. So maybe, the whole world is grieving right now. It's grieving loved ones, lost from COVID and other things, separation. And so it will bring more of that, but I think it will be like a collective grieving that we're all going to feel, because Pisces is just, it's all feelings. It's subconscious, it's intuitive, it's spiritual, it's healing. So it's meditative, it's musical, it's poetry, it's so many things. It longs to escape, it longs to be closer to God, whatever that is, and that's why frequently they'll escape in some form, just to go to nirvana, like Kurt Cobain. But he had loaded waterhouse, loaded Pisces. He was literally drowning in water. And so I'm making this analogy because it's going to be a lot of water. Both rulers in Pisces, and Saturn also. So yeah, I don't. There could be more lockdowns. People could be staying home, but the creativity that will come of it, it could, it could be a beautiful healing time. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there. I will be doing several other videos. Maybe I'll elaborate more on Neptune and Pisces, I think it's closer. And again, on Pluto. And we'll see how that's going. Pluto in Aquarius during the first 6 months, we'll talk probably more about that. And the nodes are going to be changing. So, we'll talk more about them. So I was trying to keep this short. I kind of had to look at the overall picture. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, please like, subscribe, and share. And everyone, please take care. All right.